Chop to second. There's one. On to first. The throw hits Judge, I believe.
Hi everyone, it's Lynn. You asked me to look at this Aaron Judge slide. Was it interference? Did it violate the bona fide slide rule? What is the rule anyway? And did the crew, by no calling this play, get it right or not so much? Let's get into it.
Judgment of the umpire.
Let's start with bona fide slide. By now, everyone's familiar with the 4 criteria. Begin their slide before the base, able and attempt to reach the base with a hand or foot, able and attempt to remain on the base after completing the slide, and finally sliding within reach of the base without changing their pathway to make contact with a fielder. All 4 of those criteria are satisfied. This is not a bona fide slide rule violation. Let's move on to interference. Specifically, does raising the arm like this constitute a violation of that rule? Rule 601A10, it is interference if a player fails to avoid a fielder who is attempting to field a batted ball, and here's the important part, intentionally interferes with a thrown ball. The rest of the rule doesn't matter for this precise play because that refers to a batted ball, but for the intentionally interferes with a thrown ball, it's what we call willful and deliberate interference. The rule that directly applies is 601A5. I wanted to give you the other one for the language, but this one talks about hinder and impede, which is exactly what the definition of offensive interference in the terms also says. But I show you both rules to show the bar is less because the runner's retired. You don't actually need willful deliberate, you just need impede, which means that his interfering act is an interference by a retired runner, so his teammate gets called out because of it. One more loose end to tie up. Just running after being tagged out is not enough to be called for interference. It has to be an act on top that actually goes beyond. And this one, putting the arm up, that's a pretty solid indicator that that is beyond hindering and impeding. And that's important. I'll explain why. The raised arm on its own, ho-hum, but on the totality of the play, like it's kind of like a tomahawk chop in a way because he moves it directly into the ball. That could be, in my opinion, not part of the natural slide, only one thing, retired runner's interference.
I slide like that for, you can look back at any picture you want of me slide into second base. That's always happened.
Challenge accepted. Looking at Judge's prior slides, we see, yeah, he does slide into second base like that. But just because it's a habitual motion for him doesn't mean that it's legal. It is willful and deliberate that he sticks his arm up there directly into the path of the throw. That is where this could be ruled interference.
Judgment of the umpire. There was not interference intentionally. I think after they watch it on video,
Well, they did watch it on video, and unlike some umpires with Yankees games that can't admit they're wrong, Andy Fletcher came out and said, you know what? This was interference. We missed the call. So now it's time for this biased Yankees fan to tell everyone Aaron Judge's slide into second with the arm up is illegal. And now that the whole league knows about it because this is a high-profile play, guess who's going to be calling this if they see it? Thanks for the question. Please like and subscribe. Visit us on Discord and all the socials. We'll see you on the site at ClosecallSports.com. And for those asking why those weren't interference calls in those games, remember, you have to actually interfere with someone to get an interference call. It's the claim I tried to make in the prior video about runners lane interference, but clearly I presented it poorly. If it has the word interference in it, then you have to, interfere for the call to be made. Thanks for the question. Visit us online. We'll see you on the site.
And the throw hits Judge, I believe.